Patricia and Lisa were sisters, and they worked together in the real estate industry. They were the embodiment of teamwork. While one was selling, the other was getting listings. There wasn't anything that these sisters couldn't sell until they saw 148 Jane Street. This home was an enigma, which began with one particular call. When a phone call came through to the office, Lisa picked up the phone and heard an odd voice. A potential seller named Joyce was on the other line. Most sellers are full of confidence, but Joyce was the total opposite. Lisa sensed that Joyce was hesitant. During their conversation, Lisa had to reassure Joyce that she'd made the right choice and that they would find the best offer for her. Then Joyce shared something which totally blew Lisa away. Joyce told her the reason that it was so hard for her was that she was 96 years old. She'd been living there a long time and had many wonderful memories there. Lisa was amazed by Joyce's lucidness and impeccable hearing. Lisa thought about her conversations with her own grandmother and how she would have to scream so she could hear her. Joyce wasn't done surprising Lisa yet. The next bit of information sent her reeling. According to Joyce, the house hadn't been touched for 70 years. This concerned Lisa and Patricia. They feared that the home would be in bad shape, especially because the owner was 96 years old. They assumed it would be impossible for an elderly woman to keep her home clean, so the sisters started to wonder about the home's condition. They had expected to find that the owner was a hoarder. The house was bound to sell right away because it was in a great area. Other properties in the area would always sell like hotcakes, so the sisters calculated the price of the home based solely on the area. They were stunned when they saw that the estimated cost of the property was $968,000. But the sisters worried about the state of the home. How much would it cost to repair it, especially since it had been around for 72 years? But then another issue reared its ugly head. 72 years is a very long time to stay in one place. Saying goodbye would not be easy for this owner. She was really struggling with the idea. Joyce's hesitancy became an issue for Lisa and Patricia. Joyce was trying to decide if she should sell it or not. This not only put a pause on their business, but it also made the real estate team worried. Patricia and Lisa were concerned about Joyce's hesitancy. A common trait in hoarders is the unwillingness to let go. They shuddered thinking what could be hiding behind those doors. But the home was in a prime area, and that's why the ladies pressed on to seal the deal with the hesitant owner. Together they spoke with Joyce and comforted her. Then they asked Joyce to do the unthinkable. The sisters hadn't seen the house yet. All Joyce had sent them was the address and a photo of the outside. So the sisters knew what needed to be done. They had to get Joyce to invite them into her home. And when she agreed, the sisters were in for one of the most unexpected experiences of their careers. Fortunately, Joyce decided to proceed with putting her home up for sale. She agreed to have the pair come by and assess her home. Lisa and Patricia were thrilled and quickly got started. They arranged everything they needed for the home assessment. The ladies were finally set to view Joyce's home, but when they got there, everything changed. Nothing prepared them for what they were about to see. The real estate duo gasped when they walked in. It felt as if they'd traveled back in time to the 1940s. The home was immaculate. The sisters were awestruck. They hadn't seen interior this amazing in a very long time. The owner kindly welcomed them into her home. With each room they visited, the sisters were more amazed by what they saw. But that's when they realized the downside to the home's impeccable interior. The house was beautiful, but was also quite feminine. The dainty furniture matched the soft pastel colors on the wall. The guest bedroom had intense colors. There were splashes of gold and pink everywhere. But despite this, the home was incredibly breathtaking. Patricia and Lisa realized right away that they had a winner here. But there was one thing they still had to do. They needed to inspect the home. So they got to work right away. The sister team performed a full inspection, and much to their relief, the home was in the same amazing condition as it was 72 years ago. Joyce had managed to maintain everything in great shape, and the house was immaculate. The sisters couldn't find a single thing to complain about. Thrilled with their discovery, the two returned to their office, and when they listed the home, everyone wanted it. People flipped when they saw the lovely home. The house had been well kept, and the quaint interior had touched people's hearts. There was something endearing about the home, and when people learned of the history of the home, they were even more moved. They knew that Joyce wasn't obsessed with the 40s. This was a historical representation of someone who lived here for 72 years, and time had not ravaged the home. But Joyce had one more secret to reveal. Joyce did admit that there was one thing in the house that had changed in the last 72 years. It was the kitchen. It was renovated in the mid-60s, and according to Joyce, the stove still works. This beautiful time capsule touched hearts all over the globe. It was amazing to see how one woman had lived her life untouched by time for several decades. One could only hope that whoever bought this home would follow the same tradition.